Some people are saying Showtime patch is back. You know, some people are saying this. We'll have to find out.
Well, not the game that matters too much for now, but it'll be the Rats versus Polar Cortex. The Rats feeling pretty good in the standings right now, 5-1. Polar Cortex 2-4. They need a win. I don't actually know if that's true, but I'm going to say that's true. They need one, or else they're screwed. So hopefully for them, they can grab one here, as they have the Rasmus on Amy's app, and I think that'll be a decent little start for them. We'll see if Named Chaotic can actually make it work, and there's the first kill.
Yeah, a little Clark straight off the point one there. 30 seconds to go in this point. What does she even do? Era locked in by A here. Interesting to see that. Oh, and it's the fool to name Chaotic there. Little Tofu Fortress lock that down. First point going to go over to Polar here. I think if they can keep getting these random KOs, I think that's going to be really, really huge for them.
I mean, the Rasmus Dubu's pretty strong, so if they can just play a little two-man game while A just makes one person on the enemy team pretty useless, I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world, I guess, right? We'll see. Is Carmine getting the stacks, seeing if they can move the core up, and seeing if they can, score a little bit of a goal. Tempo Mount just not quick at the barrier.
It's a decent idea to shut down the Octavia, to shut down the Asher. Dubu pretty good into Asher, and then Era obviously, just known for harassing the brawler. But that beam can kind of mess with the Octavia as well. Oh my god, that Rasmus primary, ginormous with the Era beam. Named Chaotic has been known to glide. If you've seen the Rat recap for this week, Ratman Rob back at it again with another banger. You saw Named Chaotic frame mogging the Milkman with Rasmus into Atlas on this very map. So we'll see if that can happen again here. As a nice slip from Tempomon to take the barrier.
Well, both barriers gone. The flip from Carmine defensively, but no energy, no health. Might be going down here soon, but get a little help from Frightfully Fresh. As Named Chaotic has the flip, has the fries, cannot put him in the bag though, Five Guys style, as they just do not fit all the way. But either way, it's a trade of resources. Frightfully Fresh has the flip. If the Fool does not anymore, pops it, tries to get a goal, but it doesn't matter because a little bit of a misplay in the midfield there from Carmine. It allows A to get that bottom corner.
A nice little pass up there from Named Chaotic. Definitely is a name being thrown around for most improved right now. I'd say definitely deserves it. Hashtag Brawlers. Nice little setup here with this Fortress into the NATO. It's not going to result in anything. In fact, Named Chaotic will die as a result, but I do like that idea. I've actually seen this team deploy that several times throughout the season. Nice barrier though by Tempo Melon.
Yeah, I mean, power play here from the Rats, but I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't know how you get past the Dubu here. It's kind of rough. I would not want to be Tempo Melon here because, I mean, you'd never see me playing Asher. I would not be caught dead on that character. Yep. But besides that, I mean, it just doesn't sound like a fun matchup. But Carmine is the one that needs to get it done, and gets it done he shall with that base drop. Getting it right past the Fool, making it 2-1. And the double kill in that point, not exactly what you expect to see from the comp from Rats, but hey, they get it done.
Yeah, opportunistic with the Octavia ults. Can definitely, catch someone off guard if they have no elusive on this map. It's all about the ball movement here, though. Passing it away from this Octavia, passing it away from this Asher. They don't really have much hit stun on these midfielders, so it's going to be about a lot of ball movement on top of these chance KOs. And I'm already concerned about the level of Octavia. The highest in the lobby, the first 1 to 4. If we can get like a Chrono boost or something. Obviously, no cast lasts anymore in this pool, but Chrono's back. And of course, Sparks are back. Peak performance, something that Octavia really likes. Fight or flight as well. This patch, it's said that Octavia's going to be pretty good. So we'll have to see how she scales later into this one.
Yeah, we will see how it goes. This point lasted fairly long so far. No barriers gone. The hook is away as well. Carmine's starting to get the stacks up and has the flip. It's in the corner. I assume this barrier is going to be going down. There it goes. The Fool now has absolutely nothing. Tempo Millen just has to get the hit stun and strike the core right past. That's how you score on the Dubu. Blow the entire load, per chance, right on the Dubu when he has absolutely nothing. And there you go. That's how you get it through. So well done for the Rats to try to figure a way through this first set, which, I mean, in theory, should be the hardest one for them. If Rasmus at least doesn't get super bis on this draft, but we'll have to see. I feel like whoever wins this set is going to have a very big advantage in terms of, denying the Rasmus and also just getting started in this game. But that's exactly what we need from Polar Cortex is those aggressive Dubu walls. Didn't really work out for him there as Fresh is holding it down, but that's what we got to see as Named Chaotic trying to dribble it off on the top side. Carmine just gets it out of there again, and the Fool walking up is exactly what they need to be doing as the Dubu does not have wall, but he does have the walk up, and Templemon has to walk backwards. Carmine does lose the stacks, and then there you go. I mean, Polar Cortex getting a lot of aggression here. Fresh gets the flip, but it's a little bit too late as the barrier goes down. Templemon now in the corner with the flip. Not going to be doing too much. Carmine almost has it up, and him kind of 1v1 with Fresh. Gets it cleared masterfully from my old last call compadre. Nice. Beautiful flip as well. Gets that barrier. Carmine flip to Tempo. Does not hit, really. That Asher ultimate does not quite hit. The passes from Named Chaotic to A. They're trying to find the goal here, but Carmine and Fresh are just holding it down the Fool. Now as it's starting to get the 1v1, cleared masterfully from the log. Carmine, or excuse me, Named Chaotic should finish this, but no,
save.
The flip is not enough. What a save. As this point is just absolutely non-stop. Carmine has the stacks up again, but it's just getting beamed by the era over and over again. It's so hard to play. Named Chaotic, can they put it in? No, the 3 in net is just too much to handle. The Fool's trying to slow it down here. 3Z, what is happening?
Yeah, they're trying to deny this Octavia flip state. They finally do. Templemon trying to dribble it in. Fresh, our last call compadre, dealing with those flips handedly in the net, the help of his midfielder. And now it's Rat Pack on the offense. I really like how aggressive the Fool is being there for those barriers, but now with the open net, they kind of have to stay back in their net. And Carmine once again with the flow state. Named Chaotic just trying to find a hit stun, trying to get it away, and the secondary does. Oh my goodness, what a save. Both these goalies holding it down with the help of their midfielders, but no, it's Tempo Melon with the hit stun onto the Fool. Great pass from Carmine.
Yeah, I mean, is there a lamer way to end that point? I guess not, as the Asher makes themselves known. It's going to be interesting here. Okay, so it's actually not going to be the worst draft in the world, I feel like, for Polar, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Octavia will pick here. Okay, it is the deny. It is the deny onto Era. That is the definition of fan behavior if I've ever seen it, but honestly, I get it. On you on this map can be a little scary. A little Tornado Valley action coming through.
Absolutely upset right now.
Yeah, the Catalyst Asher is something to watch out for. That character gets a lot of energy very quickly. Era, though, a little bit of speed maxing, little general Twee build we got going here with the Among Us and the, what's this thing called? The Omega Infuse Accelerator. Named Chaotic with this glass cannon. It'll be interesting to see if they start playing more for the hooks as they try there, but they do miss. Yeah, nothing super to note here, except maybe this Catalyst for Asher could be quite good. As you see, they already almost have flip.
Yeah, flips are the name of the game with this one. Point kind of doesn't really matter too much there. Good pass, and the Fool not quite in position to get that save. Going to be tapping that one in for an easy point, but the more Templemon can get these flips, the more utility out of the Dubu he can get out, which means the Dubu can't walk up enough, and the Dubu's got to stay in check in their net, so it's all good there. So honestly, not too much going on so far. I feel like if this Era can get stacked and just start to schmoove around a bit while also denying Carmine and also getting the most redirects of the game, then maybe they can win. But we'll see.
It's a tall order, but we'll see. We'll see what A can do. If anyone can do it, he can. That's my third place Denverland teammate right there.
There you go.
Shout out to Super Polar Cortex. Yeah, the Fool just needs to keep walking up. I really like the aggression from this Dubu. Oh, and there's the hook.
Ooh, there it is.
Bound onto Carmine. Yoink.
I think the first one of the game, maybe second one of the game. It's been a while, but Named Chaotic finds it. You got to find your groove on the Rasmus character on Amy's app.
Bubble action. You love to see that. Asher Primary says, Dubu wall, what's that? That ability sucks. I'm going to primary right through. Nice.
Yeah,
Asher, bone chilling. But almost 3 flips here for the side of Polar, so we'll see what they can do. Last time they had them all denied, but they don't even need any as Named Cortex strikes it through onto the bottom side. Fresh not able to save it.
Brightly Fresh closes his eyes, and it goes right in. 1-on-1. Or sorry, 1-2-1 rather, but a set more towards the Rats. I would say they're still in the driver's seat overall. His Named Chaotic doesn't really have anything. I mean, the glass cannon's not nothing, but you know, the extra special is nice. But you had that earlier and not been getting the most amount of kills. I feel like the Rat Pack's been doing a great job at not letting themselves die to the middle. you know, not quite happening anymore. Carmine with the kill, though, that's going to be huge for them as they have 2 flips for this offense. They should be able to get this barrier as long as they play this offense correctly. The Fool has the flip, and no, he does not. He just misses the roll, and it's not going to matter. I mean, the barrier is probably going to be dead anyway, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. The Fool saves his flip as well as both the flips from the offense goes down. So 2 flips for 0. The barrier goes down. Not the biggest deal in the world. We'll have to see if they can come back from this point.
Yeah, nice little setup there with both primaries coming across to take the barrier. Something I would like to see more from Polar is to actually, oh my goodness, goes through the wall again, just swing it away from this Octavia. There's been a lot of times where they can maybe pass around or clear it away from the flow state and it ends up going back to the Octavia. But now they're working on the offensive half. I like ball movement. I need to see more of that from Polar if they want to win here.
Yeah, we'll have to see some good ball movement here. They tried to do a little bit of ball movement, a couple passes here and there, but something got lost in the weeds for a bit. But good ball movement to clear it out there from the Fool and named Chaotic down to A. Gets it cleared over to the top side. Fresh has flipped, so he shouldn't be too much in trouble right now. Needs to be careful, though, as Carmine's starting to call out these passes. And they might have to start playing. Ooh, good shot on the top side, but Fresh is just barely there. Has to pop the flip, though, as named Chaotic. Puts it in the top corner. It's not going to quite go in, so they clear it out for now. The Fool is struggling, but managing to stay alive for just a little bit longer and just enough time for named Chaotic to put it right in, right through Carmine.
Yeah, it's tough to deal with this kind of 2v2 unless Carmine makes those reads because Tempo Melon is going full ABAP on the floor right now. There are some interesting things happening back there while Polar were attacking, so stay tuned for some shenanigans on that half. As, my goodness, named Chaotic gets their ship blown smooth off by the side of Rat Pack, and the Fool with a nice roll there to make some space. They're trying to defend this power play, but no, it's Tempo Melon getting the barrier.
In the barrier, might be getting the goal, but no, the Fool being very, very patient with these clears, just hitting it right back towards the top side, waiting for named Chaotic, who respawns and gets this orbit, little Orbicus to get a little bit of energy. As they're trying to build up an offense here, build up some energy, build up an offense, get a kill. That's a good start, as Frightfully Fresh does not have that much left in the utility bank. Now he has absolutely nothing. The flip coming through. They should get the barrier here, but no, some beautifully layered strikes from the side of Rat Pack in order to save it for now, but the Dubu Wall is going to get the job done. Now Tempo Melon and Carmine back to full force on the offense. Not anymore, as the flip goes south. But the base drop is going to be more than enough to get it past the Dubu. It's kind of Dubu's, you know, without the wall, there's not much he can do about that ability, and really beautifully set up by Carmine.
Yeah, they kind of had that first attempt that was saved away, but then the space was reduced. The cooldowns were limited there, and they kind of just collapsed perfectly, even though Tempo didn't have the flip. They had, I think, an ability and a strike there for the up clear. So well done by Rat Pack to kind of collapse that space in the corner. That's what this Astro Octavia comp does so well. It's merely indefensible when it gets to that position.
Beautifully analyzed, my friend. As named Chaotic pops the flip. Whoa! Crazy angle there onto the corner, but not quite going to get it done. But Fresh does have to pop the flip, so it's going to do, you know, a little bit flip for flip, kind of a trade there, but Carmine still has theirs and should have the base drop soon-ish. Could maybe look for a kill on the named Chaotic if he doesn't give enough energy in time. Named Chaotic, though, could start fishing for a hook here soon. Might be a bit tough as they're not playing around it very well. Hey, named Chaotic, there's the hook. Not going to really find anything, but the barrier does go down to the primary as they, oh my goodness, Tempo Melon just being a bit of a menace with these flips. Flip into kill every single time. The Catalyst, I guess, allows you to do that. The Dual just barely working that time around. Better than the other ones so far. As the core starting to get brought up slowly. Named Chaotic has no hook now. A is looking for a bit of space. Named Chaotic has a good dribble, but no, it's just really hard to get past this duo backline for the Rat Pack. Carmine and Fresh, just when they have an ability, it's very, very hard to get through them. As named Chaotic especially is using his hook for these kills instead of for this ball control. But we'll see if they can craft something together. 2-2 again, Threezy. 2-2 once again in this set. These have all been very, very close. We'll see if they can finish this one, and they do. Polar Cortex tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to see out of named Chaotic. Sometimes you got to make your own play. And on Rasmus, that's what he does best. You know, taking those 1v1s, doing a little bit of gliding. Nice up dribble into that secondary strike there to put it in. Interesting awakenings here. Let's see. So no sparks for anyone yet. We'll see who does take the Spark of Strength. It's going to be an explosive entrance for the Rasmus, which means this rapid fire is probably going to go to the way of Octavia. Yep, picked up, and then the bulk up as well. That's going to be a lot of stagger and power for Tempo Melon. Era gonna spark it up, so looking to scale later in the game. Dubu maybe a little bit of dancing, a little bit of Dubu dancing, a little bit of ice skating occurring in this one.
So drafts all around.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm definitely worried now about this Octavia with the rapid fire. But you know, we'll see what happens. Rasmus with this explosive entrance can do quite a lot of damage, quite a lot of knockback, as well as start gliding with the secondary. But no, he's not going to be gliding because he's been KO'd once again by Rat Pack.
Yeah, the KOs from Rat Pack have been very good so far. They're using their utility very, very well. Pretty much every base drop, there's been almost a kill. That time there was one, as Fresh gets a little bailed out there. His name Chaotic tries to salvage it, but no dice. It's the Fool. Pass right to Tempo Melon, who's in the perfect position to get it down to that bottom side. So good first point for Rat Pack. Gets the kill, gets the pressure, gets the goal.
Fortunate little strike there off the barrier, off the bumper rather. It happens for the Fool. This is a storied matchup. They've played against each other many a time, Tempo Melon and the Fool. So kind of always having each other's number, figuring out what the other one's going to do. It's a very, very mind gamey matchup. So it's always fun to watch. Yeah, I need the Fool to start stacking this Dancer, start walking up. He's at 3 stacks, and I need Nade Chaotic to not get KO'd. Once again, I mean, this Rat Pack team is just delivering every time on these KOs. I don't know if there's a way for Polar to avoid that, but nice beam for A to clear it out, spawn these power plays. But they need all 3 members alive to really get this offense going, Borg.
Coordination is quite beautiful, I must say, as they have all 3 flips available, which means they should be able to get something here. It has to flip there for Carmine in order to not die from the tornado, so not the worst usage in the world. The Fool flips to get it out. A and Tempo Melon still have there. It's Fresh as well, so they should be all safe on the Rat Pack side. But as I say, the A pops the flip, forces Fresh to pop his as well. But the Dubu wall, the little bit of a run up there, allows the barrier to go down. And now the Fool can kind of just chill out. However, they can't be chilling too much because Carmine finds yet another kill with this base drop. I mean, Name Chaotic is just never has any energy, I feel like, to survive. And the Dancer, can the Fool carry this defense here? But no, the strike goes wide. No, and Tempo Melon there yet again in the perfect moment at the perfect time. 2-0 for the Rat Pack.
Yeah, that was a almost chain lightning effect there from the Octavia primary. It hit both members of the Polar Cortex backline and completely disrupted the flow of the Fool, and able to deliver the core to Tempo Melon as well. Once again gets in the corner. Oh my goodness, some little ping pong shenanigans there. Oh my goodness, as Fresh almost gets joinked but does survive, and it's Tempo Melon who gets the barrier.
It's the barrier, and now the Rat Pack are looking to secure this set. And while the Fool did get the Dancer, I feel like, you know, the sparks aren't online yet. M Chaotic with the explosive. I mean, he keeps dying, so it's not really that big of a deal, right? The hook's now gone wide yet again, so it's not really too much power gained for Polar Cortex, even though they won last set. I mean, it's just very much in favor, in my opinion, of the Rat Pack. However, I say that, and it's a nice little goal from Chaotic down to the bottom side. Fresh got caught lacking just a little bit, but it's 2-1. They still have 2 more goals to go. And, well, we'll see if Rat Pack can, you know, finish this one off, or if Polar Cortex can find their footing again.
Yeah, he kind of had the setup there in the top with the NATO, and instead of taking that, he just saw Name Chaotic down, and the entire bottom of the goal was open. So he said, hey, I'm just going to dime up my brawler and give them a free shot. I like these proactive flips from the Fool, just clearing it away before Tempo Melon can really get in their space. That's kind of what you want to do on Dubu, is create space with your abilities, kind of zone off that brawler.
Noted in the chat. Breezy.
Some flips coming out here. Carmine does keep the flow state alive, though. The Tempo Melon in the corner. Still with the flow state. It's still in the corner as it just keeps rotating around, and now the fast splitter coming out. Oh my goodness. Asher ult finally getting the barrier, but not without Fresh having to defend with his own flip, and then Chaotic does have the flip if they want to, and they will spend it. They will get the barrier. Now the ball is to Tempo Melon, though, and it's Aiden, Mr. A, about to get his flip. We'll see what he does with that. Has to spend it away there. Big pressure here for the Rat Pack. Oh my goodness, the backwards secondary from Rasmus. Nice ult again from the Fool. These ults are getting so much value. Great log to defend away as well. And it's cleared out once again by Polar. Astonishing defense once again.
It's a Dubu masterclass once again from the Fool here, who Should be getting an orb next time now that they're on offense and being able to actually do something with it. So, oh, there you go. It gets rewarded. I mean, that's exactly what you want when you're the Fool right there. You put on a masterclass on defense and then you send it forward and your forwards go score. I mean, if only that happened every point for every team. But sadly, that's not Omega Strikers, as we're seeing a beautiful tie-up now, 2-2. Polar Cortex, I think, have finally found, their footing. Name Chaotic stop dying, which is exactly what you want if you're playing the Rasmus. That Rasmus needs to be alive, even if he's not doing anything. He just needs to be alive as the common threat, just the all-present threat to get that hook, right? And now Carmine needs to be careful. Does not quite get the secondary back up and has no energy, so this is exactly what you want for Polar Cortex. This is a really, really good setup for them right now, as long as they don't die to this Tempo Melon push there. Yes, perfect. Not going to die. The orb being denied as well for Name Chaotic, but Tempo Melon with a great flip, going to be getting that barrier off of the top side. Name Chaotic gets the orb, gets the barrier, excuse me. The Fool tries to get the shot on the bottom side, does not quite get it in time, but the hook into the strike into the top side. No, Fresh is there on time. Hey, now in that bottom side, and Name Chaotic is right there in time, not even needed, because frightfully Fresh could not get the save. 3-2, and that's just a 2-1 now set lead for Polar Cortex.
Mr. A strike-wars the Octavia primary dexterously into the NATO, which clears the way, and then on top of that, Name Chaotic primary. I mean, there's few goals that are more unsavable than that, and Era is rewarded with the ability to deny Octavia's Chrono Boost and take it for herself, which is one of her best in Slaw Awakenings. But Octavia does have the inner focus, so even more CDR for this Octavia. Little team player for the Dubu. Yeah, so Spark of Agility is lost here. That Spark of CDR still up for grabs. This is a big draft. I think everyone got Biss. The Atlas got the hot shot. Dubu with the team player is going to have even more offensive pressure now. And then this Rasmus just with more CDs, more power on the primary and the secondary. We'll see if we can get some KOs to come out here. And we will, but that's going to be off the hook.
On cue. Yep. On cue right there, Mr. Threezy Breezy, as we're seeing Tempo Melon still do wonders, though, with the dribbling, as the Dubu really didn't have anything there to stop the barrier, but well done from Name Chaotic to even things up, as Fresh now just has to clear the ball on the outside, but Carmine now wants to get this goal, and a great hook backwards actually onto him is going to stop the base drop, but it's not going to matter because the core goes wide, gets lost in the mix, and Tempo Melon's there to strike it to the bottom side.
Yeah, unfortunate. We've seen a couple steppy rolls this game come out from the Fool, but hey, that's what happens. Okay. It's a little finicky. You're trying your best just to save it out in those corner spots, and sometimes you roll the wrong way and it happens. I do want to highlight Name Chaotic has absolutely been gliding on this Rasmus with the glass cannon whenever he gets that stack, and even without it, oh my goodness! But as I said, that Tempo Melon does shut down the glide once again. It seems the only way to stop Name Chaotic is to KO them. So Rat Pack trying to maximize that, and it's a great save away again from the Fool. Really trying to lock down Tempo Melon as hard as possible this game.
Yeah, well, Name Chaotic back up. See if he can live this time. Definitely had a bit of trouble living so far. Carmine has kind of just had his number all game. Same with Tempo Melon. They both have been finding these KOs, maybe a little bit too much, but Name Chaotic has been getting some good shots on goal, so you got to forgive him at least a little bit. But Fresh manages to save that one this time around. The flip from Carmine, going to be clearing it for a little while. Has Fresh and Carmine in the back of their net, but the Fool is running up, puts the wall forward, and now he has the flip, and he can get it forward with the log, and that's plenty of abilities used, but nothing is going to get it through. Name Chaotic now has the hook. It's going to be a power play after all of that. If only they had the utility to put it in, but now they just have to pass and look for a goal. The pass goes wide. A is not quite there in time. The Tornado almost gets the kill, but it's not going to be good enough. Carmine with a beautiful strike to save the ball, and it looks like the Rat Pack has defended, but I don't want to talk too soon because the team player could do anything in this overtime, as Carmine he cannot get to the core in time. Fresh is not in position, and the team player gets the goal.
Yeah, Dubu is straight smacking this score all over the field, and he's got that 1-2 punch as well, so he can just prime it up super red core style from Dubu here. And these points are going to get more and more exciting as overtime moves on here. So as long as these melee goalies can kind of lock it down, which they have been. Never mind. Caster Curse. Tempo Melon opens up the barrier. But yeah, exciting match for sure.
I feel like every time you speak, the opposite happens. Like, this is worse than Prime me. Like, back in the day, when every time I talked, it would Caster Curse. But it's not going to matter whatever I think, because Carmine gets the flip onto the bottom side, and now it's 2-1 with the Rat Pack. They're looking to even things up. And they still got one more goal to get here. They're almost all out of energy, but Tempamon does have the Catalyst, so it's not too big of a deal. But this is the perfect time for Named Chaotic to try to find a KO onto Carmine.
It's true, but instead hooks the core, and it's Tempamelon who finds the KO. And that is onto Aram, onto Mr. A there. The Fool does get outmaneuvered there by Tempamelon, who finds the barrier. Beautiful play. Oh, nice pass around, but great save by Named Chaotic. Little brawler in the net action. That's what you love to see from your brawler as your midfielder when you go down, just holding that goal down. Named Chaotic trying to find this barrier, but it's so tough here as the Fool using that. Dancer wants to go up again. Look at the Fool with the arrow beam. Oh my goodness, I love this aggression, and it does result in the barrier.
He gets the barrier from the Dancer, and now he just waits on the next set of orbs in order to make a play once again. He has the flip forward as well, but Tempamelon almost has flip as well, so you gotta be careful if you are the Dubu. As here comes the dancing. He can walk up if he really wants to, but no, he's playing it safe, playing it measured, and Tempamelon completely smacks it back in his face. Does not even need the flip, hit the strike onto the top corner, get called out there, the Fool, because that's just an unfortunate clear.
Yeah, blocked by James there. Tempamelon said, how dare you strike that through me? How dare you try and strike that through me instead of away? But the Fool very punished there. You can't be doing that against arguably the best brawler in NASL, and Tempamelon. Great punish there. We'll see what Dubu goes. Okay, so it's going to be peak performance denied away. Maybe a little fight or flight. Okay, it's going to be a spark denial from Tempamelon. So that spark of focus. Just giving a raw 16 CDR. Pretty chill vibe. This Deadeye though on this Rasmus. Watch out. Watch out.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. And A does get the fight or flight, which is somewhat nice as well. I mean, kind of a nothing burger draft, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I mean, Carmine with the aerials is definitely something, but not the biggest. No crazy game changers in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the game is kind of just go as it was before into this set 5-0-0 as we're seeing the Fool already put the wall out. Carmine blowing the energy like always and almost dying for it, but still able to stay alive for now. Good pass onto the top side allows the potential for a barrier. Well done. And Named Chaotic finishes it, decides, you know what, it's time to go score. And Frightfully Fresh did not quite have the utility to stop it. 1-0 already in this fifth and final set.
Yeah, you highlighted that great pass from A, seeing that top side was open. Named Chaotic there. And whenever Named Chaotic gets the ball in this favorable position, he really does a good job of converting. These Rasmus primaries are tough to deal with for Frightfully Fresh here. And once again, though, it's Tempamelon with the flip. We've seen this too many times. It just gets in the corner, and now they're going to swing it across to the other corner and the barrier there again. This Rat Pack offense is so tough, and it needs all three members of Polar Cortex back to handle it.
Well, they handled it, at least the first time around. They lost the barrier, but they did get a flip out of Carmine, and they might get a barrier of their own, but no, Fresh does end up stopping it with the flip. Almost gets the goal, but a good roll from the Dubu to stop it for now, and the flip from Tempamelon goes a little bit wide there as the Fool manages to get a rejection of their own. A needs to be careful, though. You do not want to get a power play at this point of the game. The Tornado now onto the top side. Ooh, almost gets knocked back. The Orb now going to save him for now. A almost dead, but no, is going to be living. And Named Chaotic gets the barrier. Rewards A for living so long. A little bit of a stagger bug. Somehow still into the game. 2026, ladies and gentlemen, as A is still alive. And it's not going to matter too much. Carmine now, no, still does have the stack. So this might actually still be a really good offense for the Rat Pack, but the flip from the Fool is going to stop things for now. They're trying to stall out this Octavia, and they finally managed to get it stalled out for now. The Dubu Wall is holding it, and Named Chaotic needs to come back. There you go, finally, because the flip is now just being used, and it's not quite able to get anything from it. The base drop's not going to get too much value this time around, and the flip from Tempamelon is going to get it done into that bottom side. A long point, but it seems like Rat Pack had it on lock.
Yeah, nice play there from Tempamelon. Creates the space with the flip. Nice little up strike there. And then just delivers it to the bottom side. Great space creation. That's what you want to do on this Asher, something like an X. Just box them out and then create the angle for your shot.
Beautiful job from the squad, the pack, as they call them, and a great hook from Named Chaotic. That's exactly what you want to see to break the mold. The Octavia is the perfect target for it. Finally gets the KO. The Dubu Wall now onto this top side, but a beautiful clear from Fresh. Not quite going to be enough, as A is sitting right there for it. And now the perfect pass downward from Named Chaotic straight to their midfielder into the bottom corner. That's exactly what you want to see. Game point for Polar Cortex.
Yeah, named Cortex saw the open space down there, and Era takes a little stroll across that midline with the magnetized souls and says, hey, look what I found. It's an open net. Let me just strike this in. And it's going to be game point here for Polar Cortex, seeing if they can't sneak this game one away from the Rat Pack. But Tepamelon's not going to let them so easily, and is going to do it all here to take the barriers. Carmine comes back in. Polar are going to have to remain strong on their half.
Yeah, we'll have to see as Polar lose the barrier, but it's not the end. As definitely not the end. It's actually the beginning of a power play for Polar Cortex. Named Chaotic. Let's see if he can do what he does best. Strikes the core backwards, actually, just to get a little bit more time. Perfect to get the space in order to get that barrier. Now it's back to even as, oh my goodness, the core almost goes in. This might just be it, but it's not quite there, as Frightfully Fresh does not want it to end just yet. A does have the flip. Named Chaotic almost has the flip. Tepamelon a little bit further off. Frightfully Fresh has a flip as well to defend. This everything is about to get blown here as Fresh gets the flip. A gets the flip. Named Chaotic still has it, though. Or else he almost has it. One or two more strikes and they will get it. There you go. Finds the flip. Can he get on top side? Doesn't even need it. Gets the dribble onto the top corner, and Fresh cannot get a piece of it. That's game one going to Polar Cortex.
I mean, named Chaotic on this Rasmus looking hella sexy, if I do say so myself. Straight gliding, making me proud. I'm a little jealous, not gonna lie. That was something special that you just saw. Not even needing to use the flip. Little dribble with the secondary there and showing you know, maybe this Rasmus secondary change, not so bad. You know, if you know how to use it right. Getting woozy looking at these redirect numbers, Borg, not gonna lie. This is taking me back to a not so bright period in our game's history. Ooh, boy.
I'm gonna look away.
Almost 400 for Carmine. These save numbers as well from the melee goalies coming out. Oh my goodness.
I'm not liking that one. I'm gonna tab out. There you go. Perfect. I don't get to see it anymore. Actually, I'm just gonna look over at the KOs instead. That's more of a fun stat for me to look at. The damage too. I mean, Tepamelon damage is just, it makes no sense. Not gonna lie to you, for an Asher. I mean, it's kind of just a little bit silly, but I guess the character is just really good right now, so makes sense. But wasn't quite enough as Polar Cortex. I mean, they're able to get it done, but that was probably as close as it could have been.
Yeah, that was a barn burner on Amy's app. Nonetheless, we saw a little bit of a core control battle with some KOs sprinkled in nicely there. Named Chaotic, finding them when it mattered most. 7 hooks, 7 goals. Great synergy there from the forwards of Polar Cortex. Whenever they found that synergy, whenever they found those passes, good things happened. And the corner pressure of Rat Pack just wasn't enough. The Fool, standing strong in the net on that Dubu, said, "What nerfs? I'm going to play him. I'm gonna rock out." And I'm going to hold it down. So, honestly, really well done from the Fool there. And maybe an upset brewing. Who knows what will happen? Not sure what the next maps are, but we'll have to find out.
To find out, I think we'll find out very, very shortly as I'm taking a look-see over right now. And it looks like it's going to be the Splash Zone from the Rat Pack, I believe. Yep, it will be. And then if game 3, if we go there, will be the Gates of Obscura. Little old favorite of mine. It's going to be Inky Splash Zone, Glass Cannon Hot Shot. And you know what I'm going to do? I don't care. I'm going to go get some water. Feel free to explain how you think this draft's going to go, because I'm going to be right back.
Glass Cannon Hot Shot. Okay. I wonder who has red side. Oh, it's going to be Rats Red, Polar Blue. I'm curious to see whether Juno will be picked, because she actually got nerfed, and I was playing some games on the patch, and my midfielder was not exactly happy about the state of Juno and not being able to red core sometimes. So we'll see what the priority is for that character here in the start. Maybe they like Rasmus again. Polar had a lot of success with it last game. I know typically dash punching brawlers are deployed on this map. Neither of these brawlers really known for their Zentaro, which was seen a lot in the previous series. It was Air's Kittens Club. My God, who did they play? I mean, I'm blanking out right now. Was it Demon Time? Yeah. Yeah. So Zentaro with 100% pick rate in that series. I'd be excited to see it. I think that character is super strong. Threezy, thoughts on Luna pick on Inkies with Hotshot start? It's good. It's good. I've heard that this Luna change is actually really phenomenal for her. She's got a lot of knockback now on her dash that she didn't have before. These awakenings are pretty favorable for her too. Adrenaline rush back in the game. So Hotshot Luna definitely can just make the core go fast whenever she wants. So Rat Pack definitely might look to pick that here, and I know it's a favorite on Ankies for myself and for Tempo Melon. But it is Polar with the first pick. It's Delk high band, pretty straight up. Nothing much out of the ordinary there. Atlas pick first for Polar. Taking that away from Fresh, who played it last game. Maybe we'll see a little bit of a Finny from Fresh. I'm not sure. Maybe a Rasmus. I'm trying to think about what Fresh will pick here. I'd put my money on Finny if I had to guess.
Boring.
We'll see.
You know what this game is? You know what this is the start
think.
for? This is a Zentaro midfield start, if I've ever seen one. Come on.
Amen.
This is a Zentaro midfield Luna brawler type of comp.
That's facts.
On the Yankee Splash Zone.
Tell the people what they need to hear.
It's a Luna brawler Estelle midfield. That's what it is. That's the old school comp.
That's true.
Oh, there's the Luna.
Okay. Rat's coming out with the Luna. Tempo Melon gonna be slicking it up most likely here with the hot shot, and then the now is probably on Carmine. It might be a little bit of flex though. You can definitely play it goalie. Polar gonna respond here. Trying to think about what they'll pick. Like I said earlier, maybe Erasmus. Okay, it's gonna be a Vice. It's gonna be a Vice for A and a Kazan. Okay, name cut a Kazan. That's their pick. They're known for that.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting.
For Rat Pack. Is it just now goalie and then they play a brawler? No, there's no way, right?
Mako.
Yeah, it's Mako. Okay.
Very brave.
This is weird.
Very brave goalie selections here from both teams. But I think we're gonna see this theme today, where shout out to EKC and even time playing some range goalies. But here on this series, we're seeing a melee goalie showdown. The Mako is quite good into the relatively hit stunless team of Polar. I guess. Never mind. Let me walk that back. It's good into Kazan. It's not good into Vice. There's a notable game, notable in-house from a while back where Vaughn was playing Vice midfield into Weston's Mako, and he was just dropping every Vice secondary onto the Mako on cooldown, and it was pretty funny to hear the comms from that one. So we'll see how well Aiden can pilot. He can pilot the Vice here into this Mako, and then Name Kauta can take advantage of that hit stun. I'm excited to just watch Tempo Melon Luna though. It's always a treat.
We'll have to see as the game is about to be underway. The players are loaded in. They're locked in, and the game is loading in as Atlas Vice Kazan versus the now Luna and Mako. I feel like this whole game is just going to, depend on how well Tempo Melon plays, to be completely honest with you. Luna is very much hit or miss in that sense in terms of Brawler Luna, especially on this Inkies map. I mean, you have a lot of playmaking potential, but you also have a lot of whiff potential too. If you go on a little adventure and sometimes you can never come back, but we'll have to see how it ends up going.
Yep.
We're getting started here. Fresh lost the barrier already. He's trying to get that orb, got punished a little bit, but hey, it's Inkies. That's just how it rolls.
I'm looking to see here. Okay, both midfielders opting for the mags. Wow, nice save. And the brawler's going for slick kicks here. Tempo Melon dashes for the orb. You never know where this Luna's going to go.
Never know.
I want to note here. Oh my god, crazy backwards rocket. The Mako changes. Mako actually got quite a decent buff. A buff on the primary, buff on the ults. If you hit all 5 of the little beams, you take a lot more damage. And then the secondary as well. The linger is longer for the size and speed. So watch out for these forwards for Rat Pack just to be zooming around as you see here, but A doing a nice job containing them in the corner.
And I saw the change right there in action. See if it helps at all. It's a little weird with Mako and the size and speed. It's not nothing, but it's definitely not going to be the most helpful for the Luna and the Now. But it's definitely not nothing, as almost we find a goal on that bottom side, but the Fool is ready for it. Has the jet stream ready as well. As you see it going, gets it brought straight to Fresh, who has the wall for it, but A little counter synergy there, but Carmine gets the flip and gets it out all right. Tempamelon, no energy left. Pretty much the entire roster of Rat Pack has no more energy. And so this would be a good time for Polar Cortex to start putting the pressure on just a little bit more. Slowly, maybe they can get to the flips first. Maybe they can get a play, but A is getting quite low. Might have to use some of this energy on a bit of evading. But no, it's just going to chill out for now. Not quite getting KO'd there by Tempamelon. Is staying safe in this midfield. And that's kind of the thing with this comp, is if the Luna doesn't just outright kill you by themselves, I mean, there's really not much KO potential unless you stand right next to the Now on the wall. So, I mean, it should be pretty easy here for the entirety of Polar Cortex to survive. Honestly, I'm getting a little bit worried here, 3Z, for the series, for Rat Pack. I feel like, I don't know if I believe in this comp. And seeing right there, Frightly Fresh is not quite there in time. The core's just moving a little bit too fast, and Chaotic doesn't even need to use the flip.
Yeah, pops a secondary on the top side of the goal, and core just slides down on the bottom side. It is going to be tough. I think you have tremendous scaling potential with Mako and with Now to kind of outspeed this Polar Cortex comp, but it is definitely more well-rounded. This Atlas really doing a nice job of just reinforcing it, and Fresh not able to strike it there in time. Nice play there from Chaotic and A to get the barrier, and then off the Mako ult. Kind of an unlucky bounce there, to be honest, but you know, that's the way it goes.
Are we witnessing the second win trade in NASL history? Don't ask me what the first was. No, I'm kidding.
Do not ask him.
It definitely, I don't know. I definitely don't get it. The comp's vibey, for sure. I just don't. The Now doesn't make a ton of sense to me, I think, overall. I guess it's just keep the healing up. But at the end of the day, well, they still have a chance. It's still early on in the game.
Oh my God.
Not very early on in Carmine's lifespan here, as they do get put down, and the Fool puts the core right up on the top side. Fresh can just not get to any of these cores on time. And Polar Cortex at the 3-0 sweep to start us off. Vice with the first pick. That's not what you want to see, but heavy impact, that's a little bit punishing.
Yeah, that's pretty locked in there for Vice. It'll be interesting to see what this Now goes. Because if this Now goes Monu, then Atlas gets inner focus. And that's a lot of cooldown. Cooldown, it might be the word of the day. Chat. CDR might be the word of the day. Might be the word for the patch, because there is so much CDR in this patch. And you see it here. Atlas and Vice getting some cooldown. Mako does get the speed. Tempamelon picks up the Berserker, and then Kazan already has the base stagger buff, and then gets that peak performance. So going to be gliding a bit here, but it's Tempamelon who's gliding, gets the barrier, but is immediately carded. KO there by A with the ult. So nice job there. Chaotic, wow, risking it for the biscuit. Almost takes a swim in the cannon there, but does rescue the core. Fresh though, nice hold.
Yeah, a really good clear from Fresh, just squeezing it out through the middle, and manages to keep holding the barrier. And that's exactly what Rats are going to need, is a monumental Fresh performance here on the Mako goalie, because if Fresh falters just a little bit, it gets very, very hard for the probably one of the worst forward duos I've ever seen. Not the players, the characters, you know, on Inky's app.
You're really hating on this comp.
Dude, it sucks. Look, I'm not afraid to say it. This is awful. This is not the move. You need some more scoring potential, because Tempamelon, you got to choose, right? Here's the thing, is you got to choose whether you're scoring or KOing. And you can't KO when you're trying to score, but then you have no one to help you score. The Now is just standing there doing nothing. Carmine, or excuse me, named Chaotic, pops the flip, hits it on the top side. I mean, just absolutely popping off. There's really, I mean, it's just a draft kingdom here. What can I say?
Well, it might be a draft kingdom, but named Chaotic straight gliding again, and this time it's on Kazan. Nice dribble to the bottom there, flipping to the top. That is silky smooth. Playing like they got nothing to lose, and it's true, they don't. Polar want to put themselves with the shot to make playoffs if they win this game. And this would probably be the upset of the season, to be honest with you. So they are having a hard time, the Rats, but Tempamelon is getting value to this Luna secondary. Nice little movement there to not die to that Vice bouncing off that bumper. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's a nice pressure from Carmine using the water cannon there in the corner, sending the Fool to take a drink.
I was wrong. I apologize. Now has the biggest kill potential and highest scoring potential in the game. Carmine is the best player in the world, and Tempo Melon got a little aura. Got a little aura on the Luna. Might be level 3, but that doesn't matter. As we're seeing 1-1, they managed to tie it up, and we're gonna need to see a lot more of that from the Rat Pack. Try to stay hopeful here. I'll try to curb my anger, my upsetness. And, oh my goodness, great save from the Fool there, just saving it right on the goal line A, trying to, you know, just being a little bit safe there with the Vice ultimate. Then jumps in, tries to play a bit of offense. Fresh doing a lot better of a job so far this set at just trying to hold it down. The beautiful nuke.
Oh no!
Get that barrier. The Fool cannot get it in time, and the flip is just a little bit too late from A, as Tempo Melon puts it down on the bottom side, 2-1. The Rat Pack are proving me wrong.
Yeah, Tempo Melon activated the tractor beam there. I'll say it. A had a free clear top side, and they said, "Now I'm gonna give it to the Luna for the free bottom shot." But hey, that happens sometimes. Little nerves in the net. You know, it does happen. We'll see if POLR can bounce back from this Rat Pack resurgence that we're seeing here. They do get the barrier. It's all about these Tempo Melon nukes. They've been really used well the last couple points to kind of get these barriers. Oh my goodness. The Vice ult there taking Tempo Melon very low. We'll see if POLR wants to convert in this KO, if they just want to continue core control, as Tempo Melon does get the orb, so it's going to be no dice on that front. Does almost have the flip. Cortex misses the hook out of the water cannon there. Tempo Melon almost has flip. We'll see what they do with it, but it's also named Chaotic with the flip here. Going to be depending on which brawler makes the use of it. And it's Tempo Melon, but no, it's saved away. And now it's named Chaotic's turn. What am I going to do with my flip? I'm going to dribble. I'm going to dribble to myself again. Okay, and then Fresh is going to put me in the cage. GG.
Yeah, Mako moment as named Chaotic gets shut down, but keeps the flip, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. And Tempo Melon decides, I'm really liking this gameplay change. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I think that it can work if you focus on scoring. You use all your abilities on the Luna to try to score. None of this kill stuff. It's not going to work right now. And it just puts it in the bag, right? So well done from Tempo Melon to get that one-on-one versus the Fool go in the way of Tempo Melon. And the Rat Pack now tied up 1-1, 3-1 set, fairly commanding overall. And it seems like they found their footing. So Luna, I don't even know if they're even going to get that out. It might not even be useful, to be honest with you. Yep, fight or flight going over to the Luna. The missile prop on the Atlas is definitely going to be something. And the size on to Kazan is definitely good. But what do you think about that, Freezy?
Yeah, this is interesting. First of all, now gets rapid fire, which is like, holy moly. Luna going fight or flight. There was no little Scyther 12 throwback. Luna, little adrenaline twee, speed maxing on this character. Oh my god, Fresh is getting bounded in the net right now. So fight or flight, definitely powerful on this Luna. I do want to say, though, this Kazan with size could become quite a menace. Does have the speed and the stagger already. So what's really left for his build? And then Alice with missile prop, hot shot, and inner focus, just going to be spamming these primaries on offense here. So if the Fool can kind of leverage that to his advantage, I think POLR does have the advantage here, Borg. Yeah,
POLR definitely has the advantage, as you heard me say a few times, and named Chaotic getting size definitely makes that a lot better, but there's definitely still some sort of playmaking you can do. I mean, there's the thing about Luna that me and you, I think, both love about the character, is that there's always something you can do. There's always some sort of playmaking that you can find on the character. And like I said right at the beginning, this game really is just going to depend on if Tempo Melon can find those plays. And one of them, almost gains one there, but the Fool, you know, getting a little bit wise to some of these plays. Named Chaotic did not quite find the energy burst there onto the core, and the Fool, as I say it, little curse there, does not quite get the strike shot in time. And the Kazan, I mean, still not great into the Mako. The size helps, but Fresh is just doing a great job at keeping it out of his hands.
Yeah, it's not the best matchup in the world. You really need to kind of let this Vice get in the way for you and create a lot of that space. And Fresh is playing very proactively. I like how they're keeping the pressure off these barriers. Nice little float there from Chaotic to dodge that Luna nuke. That's something you need to keep in mind on Luna when you're playing against Kazan. Is he in open form? If the answer is yes, I cannot nuke him, because then he just flies up and I've wasted my cooldown. But keep that in mind for Tempo Melon here, as they do flip, and a nice counter flip by A to defend away.
Yep. Good job from A and the Fool to defend that for now. The energy pretty low on both sides. The Fool almost has the flip, so it should be pretty good overall. The Luna nuke not going to do quite enough knockback to take out the Fool there. The rocket going to be going a bit wide, and Now the barrier is gone for the Rat Pack, so A and Named Chaotic have a chance here on this offense to make something work, but a great play from Tempomon is going to get the barrier as the Fool walks up a little bit too far. And now it's going to be the offense's turn for the Rat Pack, who are just finding these plays out of left field and getting these random goals. I mean, they had like 2 chances and they got 100% conversion rate, whereas it feels like Fresh is making them work a lot harder on the other side.
Yeah, they're struggling to find the synergy back here. A has to do a lot of work in between cutting these passes and trying to get the ball forward. The Fool might need to be a little more aggressive, as you see them kind of playing in the same spot sometimes. So just trying to figure out this backline synergy is going to be important, and Named Chaotic obviously needs some help in this matchup. Nice ball movement though here. Can we get the barrier? No, it's going to be saved away from Carmine, the missed hook, and it's going to be a KO. Wow. Tempomon and Frightfully Fresh collaborating on that Clark as it's a Rat Pack power play.
I like that alliteration. Collaborating Clark, you know, little CC as we're feeling the power play, PP. But not much is going to go. Not much is going to go from it here. Tempomon does have that flip, looking for a bit of a play, as the Fool doesn't have much in his toolkit at the current moment. But man, Carmine does not quite have the flip there. Frightfully Fresh, excuse me. So much alliteration. He's get forced to use the flip of his own. Tempomon now in the danger zone, but still has the flip, getting knocked around. Finally, it gets ended, but the barrier somehow goes down. The core just going a little bit too fast for the Fool to handle, as A is trying to do his best here, but man, they need to get this forward, but it's so hard because Fresh has so many different projectiles to get it out of Named Chaotic's hands. That's the danger of this matchup, but Named Chaotic wins a strike or gets the core ahead, and now they finally have a little bit of breathing room. Tempomon goes a bit wide, and now A and Named Chaotic, maybe they can find something here. The secondary from A needs to be crucial here for this offense. They need to find something onto Fresh. There it is in the corner, but I don't think anything's going to come from it. But a hook strike is beautiful. Hit the tip of the hitbox, and Named Chaotic puts it in.
Yeah, that's a nice dribble there. That's what you want off that bumper for Kazan. He's so dangerous in that corner, and Carmine not able to read it. Tough defense there. And, you know, 2 more goals like that from Named Chaotic, and we could see you know, a polar 2-1 lead here. The set is really going to be decisive. You know, whoever wins this gets on to set point here, but it's Tempomon wanting to ensure that it's the Rat Pack set, as Polar does clear it away again, but they have to watch out for this resurgence with the water cannon.
Yeah, they need to be careful, because here comes the water cannon, here comes the Luna, and there you go. Puts it right past the Fool, and that's so hard for Atlas to deal with without that primary. So well done, Tempomon, recognizing the cooldown difference there and just taking full advantage of it. It's now Rat Pack 2-1, and like you said, this is going to decide a lot, but the way that this draft is taken in order here, the Vices before the Luna, they can deny the extra special.
Yeah, this is true. But it's going to be now denying the extra special from the Vice. A little bit of a 5-head maneuver there. Vice picking up even more cooldown with that 16 CDR off that spark of focus. Luna electing for a little more power in the budget, a little more KO potential perhaps. The Atlas can't really deny a dash, so it's just going to take the speed. No fire up for the Fool. And it's going to be another dash awakening on this Mako. I also want to say 1-2 punch Kazan. They did buff his strike, so that red core is going to be moving. If they can get the ball to him in the open net, he's going to be able to play make a lot more for himself. That said, they do need to get this barrier because Carmine is moving quite quickly, and Fresh, obviously, with that secondary, is going to make it really, really hard for Polar to position.
Carmine's build is finally well-rounded here. It's fully complete. You have the size, a little bit of the speed, and now you have a little bit of the power with the 1-2 punch. Getting those red cores is going to be very, very nice. Named Chaotic is definitely going to need to start to put in a shift here, because the Fool is currently getting
nice
gamed.
strike
But
shot.
as I say that, a beautiful strike shot denies Tempomon the shot on the bottom side. And Named Chaotic is doing a lot of damage to Carmine, who finds the ultimate and gets out of dodge, gets the orb as well. But if we see more of that, a KO might be on the horizon soon. But first, they really got to get this barrier Fresh, doing a lot better of a job after that first set at just keeping this barrier alive as long as possible here. As Fresh puts it on that bottom side, the Fool almost loses out on that goal, but Tempomon cannot quite get the shot, as the Fool keeping it alive for now. Ooh, a little scary clear there on the top side. Gumi angle, not going to mean too much, though. As Carmine puts it towards the top side, the Fool does find the strike. He is still young. and he's still able to find those reactions as A is just trying to clear it. Everybody's trying to get it out of there, but no, now it's going to be 2-1 on the goal, but the Fool finds the clear. He finds yet another clear and yet another one after that. Well done, the Fool, as named Chaotic now trying to find the reward for his goalie's work, and it looks like they might maybe find a goal here. A good dribble from Named Chaotic on the bottom side. He has the flip. Can he put it in? No, the cage from Frightfully Fresh is going to keep him down for now. And now the Fool needs to be careful. Well done. Another beautiful save on the top side. He's putting in the work. Tempo Melon cannot score on this man as of right now. The Fool is trying to do his absolute best. Named Chaotic doing all sorts of crazy things to the score right now just to keep the core on offense a little bit longer. 2-on-2. Can they finally get the goal? No, this point is lasting forever. But man, the Fool needs to keep doing what he's doing. Fresh is also doing a beautiful job, but it was only a matter of time given the chance as Tempo Melon finally puts it in.
That's a tough bounce. It goes right through A with the hit stun from Carmine, and Tempo into the top corner. The Fool not able to land the strike shot. I just want to say, like, even though it went in for Rat Pack there, that was a crazy hold from the Fool, and it's find the barrier already. Named Chaotic, and they put it in. We had a 2-minute long point and then a 7-second point. This game's all over the place. Surf's up, fellas, and strap in.
Hey, the dichotomy of Inky's application, or Inky's whatever called map, Inky's moment. As what is the map name? I'm having a brain fart of all time right now.
Inky's Splash Zone.
Inky's Splash Zone. That's kind of just how this map works. Sometimes you get the 2-second points, and sometimes you get the 20-minute points. But Tempo Melon, oh my goodness, needs to be careful as the Fool almost gets KO'd. But Named Chaotic does not quite have enough raw power for that. The 1-2 does not apply on the 1, only the 2, as we can see right there. Here comes the Splash Zone, as we're seeing the cannon come through A. I mean, it seems like the Rat Pack are struggling a little bit more this time around, since Tempo Melon needed to be a bit more careful after going down a bit more early, and maybe the pressure is exactly what POLR needed to get a bit more offense here, as this Luna cannot quite play the game, but finally should be healthy and back in it. The Fool playing up as much as possible. Great job from Fresh for just stalling it out for now. No secondary now onto the Luna, so it should be pretty free. No, the Fool cannot quite get there in time, so now the barrier is open on both sides, and the Atlas needs to be careful, but A doing a great job of keeping it in. No, oh my goodness, the strike shot, keeping it alive, but not for much longer. Tempo Melon finds a beautiful secondary with the strike to hit it past the Fool there.
Tempo Melon with the strike, with the primary, with the secondary, able to just layer so many things onto the Fool, who's just trying his best to clear it away, but sometimes it's just impossible. And my God, these Rat Pack members are moving so quickly, especially Carmine on this now. And they do find the barrier quickly once again. Pressuring in the corner here. The Luna nuke is down. A clears it away, but it's Tempo Melon with the dash. And that's going to be sending us to a Game 3 Rat Pack, proving that they are surfing just with a little bit more vigor on this map. Named Chaotic and company not able to get it done. Tough game. Like I said, that scaling coming out for Rats. You really saw it there in the later sets, just moving so incredibly fast. The slow Atlas not really able to keep up. So well drafted, even though it was a little bit tough at first. Figured it out, got into their rhythm. And hey, these matches are fun to watch, so I'm excited for this Game 3 on Gates of Obscura.
Shout out to Fresh there, holding it down when he needed to. Not the highest numbers, but he got a lot of the crucial saves, and then also the explosive entrance plus the aerials means that he was able to just actually make the forwards useful for the Rat Pack, even though, you know, they didn't quite have an exact way to get it through the Fool. They managed to pass it around and find the space in order to do it. So well done at sort of figuring out that comp mid-match and figuring out exactly what they needed to do to get it through and take the win. That was their map pick. They are very, very good at that map. I mean, so not too surprised that they won it overall. 1-1 means that next game wins. POLR Cortex need to win this, keep the season alive. Rats, they win this, they're pretty much playoff guaranteed with the 6 wins. So both teams definitely something to play for here. As, you know, we'll have to see Gates of Obscura, the final map, exactly what they want to do. It's going to be an Orb Dancer Demolitionist start. Rats on blue, POLR on red. Curious to see what they're going to actually draft here, what the meta is feeling like for them, as I don't watch this game anymore, so it's always a surprise for me.
I'm curious to see what the priority for Dubu will be. Whether Rats will pick it first, whether they're going to ban it, whether POLR's going to ban it. These are two trains that are pretty good on debut. Goalie, brawler, whatever you want to do. Now looked really good last game. And Rat Pack got a game taken off of them by Bozo Bunch with Grimella on now earlier this season. Maybe that's in their head as the draft does start. Rats banning first. It's going to be Asher straight away. Makes perfect sense. If you have Samuel Zychinski, the fool in that character, it's very hard to break on this Gates of Obscura map in particular. POLR with the response here. I'm trying to think about what these teams have. Honestly, there's a lot of options. Fresh has played Finny on this map a lot. It's been a mainstay. POLR just going to ban the Estelle out. Fair enough. Despite the nerfs, I think she's still quite strong. It's just kind of a safe ban to take away if you don't really want the enemy team to get it. Dubu, there it is. Rats electing for the Dubu. We'll see if that's a flex or if Tempo Melon wants it. The Asher is banned, so I'm leaning towards Brawler, but you never really know with this team.
We'll have to see. Dubu locked in. POLR has the double pick. We'll see if it's something fun, something explosive, or if they're going to go... I mean, there's not too much boring left, though there's one of the boring. We'll see if they pick... See what they're going to pair this with. I have a feeling they're going to pick the Brawler. I feel like they want to wait for the goalie pick, but also, you know, it is the Fool, so he could kind of just do whatever he wants. It's going to be the Amy. That could go anywhere. I have a feeling that's going to be Amy era forward, and I don't know why. I have a sneaky feeling, but I'm not.
Is this the game
sure.
we see name Chaotic play Amy forward? I don't know. I don't know.
think so. I really don't think so, but you know,
it would be funny.
It would be really funny.
I don't. Okay, so realistically, this is probably era goalie.
Here's the Finny.
And okay, so there it is, the Finny. Okay, so this is
the
Dubu forward.
Brawler. It is.
Yeah, it's the architect.
Come on.
And Kai. Okay, Kai is a good pick. I was watching Hungry Boy pilot this Kai character earlier. Borg is really excited.
Dude, I haven't seen a Dubu Brawler since I played it.
Borg is really excited. Well, you haven't been watching Tempo Melon this season.
That's actually true. I actually did. I know that you're right.
Go watch the Rat recap.
Play it.
There's a whole... Rob made a whole montage. It was.
I did watch this game, actually. Tempo is the player that plays it, so...
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like... I don't know who's playing Era here. I'd imagine that it's midfield. Actually, I'd imagine it's goalie. In which case, this is a little scary because I don't really know how you defend against Dubu as Era. But maybe you just like never have the core on your side. So if they can
just win.
I don't know though. Like Finny Kai has so much core control. This is like really scary for POLR. I guess we're just gonna have to find out. I mean, Rasmus starting with size is pretty chill. But I watched Hungry Boy on Kai today, and that character looks a little good. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how good this looks for POLR. But hey, they earned this game 3. They drafted this. They've got a plan. So we'll have to see. We'll have to find out what happens as we are loading it.
I'd like to argue on the plan part. I have a feeling a lot of teams don't actually have a plan. They just play. They pick and they play. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of it's just vibes. I've been around the game long enough to know that not everyone's using their noggin. Not everyone can be Josh, Grimella.
This is true. This is true.
The Grimch. Not everyone can have a plan. But we'll have to see. Maybe they know something that I don't. You know, I've been out of the game. Maybe they know something I don't. Maybe there's some hidden tech against Dubu goalie. It could be Rasmus goalie. You never know. I mean, I doubt it, but we'll have to see exactly what gets chosen here. And we're loading into the game right now. It is indeed going to be... Are you kidding me? I have a name bug right now. I can't even see who's... Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. I can see who's playing the goalie, so it's okay. It is going to be that era goalie.
Yeah. You see the pressure already coming out. Tempo Melon in the corner. Hits the 3-man roll and takes that barrier. Once POLR gets out into this open space, maybe they can do something, but I'm so skeptical here, Borg. I don't think I can lay it on any harder, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe Name Chaotic can take advantage of this Finny. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Templeman with a little ritual. Oh my goodness. The full swag meter off the charts, and it's a Giga coming in and KOing not the Fool, but midfielder Mr. A on that CCL line for a change. But Fool holding it down. Name Chaotic as well in the net. It's gonna be Dubu though, rolling with the flip. Wow.
There it
the
is.
strike through the hit stun. Impressive from Templemelon.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear as day. I mean, I got angry about the comp last game. You feel free to get angry this game. I think we've earned that right. But they do have a shot if they can keep it out in the open, you know, keep the shrinks onto Dubu and keep the tempo going forward. But it is definitely very, very hard when a Kai is in the mix, right? Because a Kai can just kind of play spoiler to a lot of that strategy and get it to these corners as much as possible for this Dubu. There's the donuts, there's the corner pressure, and there's one barrier, not quite the second, but the Giga
Nice
will
Giga.
secure the second for now, and a beautiful barrage with the standstill into a little bit of the BM from Carmine gets that KO. And that's a rough one too, because Flip was available for Name Chaotic, and so it's not a Flip you're getting back. So it's going to be a bit tough to kind of claw their way back from this.
Ooh.
Fresh definitely
KO.
needs to defend this now. Loses the barrier, does not feel like using the Flip. A great KO from the Amy there on A. And they have a shot to try to get this goal. It's definitely something to play for here for POLR. They have a strategy. They have a game plan. We just need to see if they can successfully execute it. Giga almost puts it back in, but a beautiful stop from the Fool as, oh my goodness, Name Chaotic. Beautiful job at striking that core straight past Fresh, who just did not quite have their strike back up.
Yeah, that was a crazy angle. The Rasmus secondary hits it up off the bottom to Name Chaotic at lightning speed. It's very fun to watch this player pilot Rasmus. Give me some nostalgia. The days when I used to pick this character.
Is that right?
But when they're not getting their shit blown smooth off by Finny, it's pretty chill. This character just kind of puts out damage like no one's business. As you see it here, Name Chaotic getting staggered once again. So gonna have to just play for orbs.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Speaking of orbs, we haven't really talked about it, but demo on all the members of Rat Pack. They're going for the size.
Interesting.
Whereas we do have 2 orb dancers for POLR, and then obviously size on Rasmus makes a lot of sense. I'm curious that Kai and or Finny decided to not go the orb dancer. I guess, I don't know, maybe they just really like being big macho guys, but not quite sure exactly what the thought process on that is. We'll see if it works out for him, as Name Chaotic getting yet another kill on to almost both the members, as the Dubu almost goes down, but manages to get saved by the donuts, I believe. The hot dog coming in as well, trying to just keep this at bay, and the Dubu does end up going down, as Kai is back up, so they're starting to play a little bit better, but it looks like Name Chaotic should have the goal here, but no, beautiful stop from Fresh. Not quite sure exactly what happened there, but it's not going to matter, as the Amy brings it around, and it looks like we're eating our words on both games here, Fresh, because if they find a KO, I mean, that's pretty much all they need to do. They get infinite pressure after that, and then Amy turret into Rasmus. There's not really much the Finny can do.
Yeah, no, the Amy does have a lot of hit stun that Finny Kai isn't really able to deal with. So great play. Great collapse there from A after Name Chaotic with the initial first attempt, kind of burning all the resources there. This Finny also was nerfed by 5 seconds. I read the patch notes today. I didn't realize that its cooldown used to be 25 seconds. It's kind of absurd.
Crazy.
And it's Tempo Melon Aura farming once again in the net. Logging to roll, stopping the core, putting it in, popping a water emoji. That's the Tempo Melon we know and love. That's what we expect when we see the Dubu locked in.
I
we're
wrote
going
that in the
0.5.
textbook in 2014, so that was just beautiful right there. Well done. Obviously a studied play right there from Tempo Melon. So
yes.
Well done for that. The roll right into the net. And no cooldowns for a little bit on the Dubu. Well, next time we see the wall is going to be the next time we'll probably end up seeing some barriers, as the Kai does go for the flip. Not quite going to be getting much, but a great job to get it into that corner. There's the Dubu wall, and there is the play. Can they get the second barrier, though? Yes, they will. Tempo Melon manages to find it now as a flip on the goal line. There you go. Puts it right past both of them. 3-2. What a beautiful way to end that first set. And that's exactly what you want if you are the Rat Pack. Well done to come back from that 2-1 deficit now, going 3-2 to get the first pick. The Kai has that inner focus available, has the fight or flight available. I mean, even the Reptile Remedy might not be the worst thing in the world. We'll have to see what they go with.
Yeah, Chaotic with a wicked backwards primary there. Going for the hit stun, not quite what you want. I prefer to send them straight down. So at least if it hits the core, it bounces up instead of back into your net. But hey, let's focus on draft here. Kai going to be moving a little quickly with this fight or flight. Era does get them on you this game, so watch out for those NATOs. Amy with that inner focus going to be doing a lot of cooldown reduction if they can get that stacked up. Fresh with the glass can as well. That's such a good awakening on Finny. Oh my goodness, Rat Pack's doing some shenanigans here. I mean, this team is not real. This is the number 1 seed in NASL right now, guys.
Yep.
This is them. This is how they're playing in game 3 against Cortex. That's some nice ball movement though. And they're taking the game seriously. They're quite a good team, quite formidable. But you see Chaotic working in the corner. Nicely defended though by the Rats.
Well done from Tempo Melon to get it to the top side. Yeah, not quite sure what that portal shenanigans were, but all's fair in the game of Omega Strikers, as we're seeing a beautiful play there actually from Carmine to get that core to the top side. It's exactly where they want it, but Dubu just not quite able to make a lot of use of it at the current moment, especially without his wall. We'll have to see if we can get any sort of playmaking from the corner. No, it's going to be the Dubu wall almost taking out A, but not quite gonna have enough damage. The barrier does go down. Fresh was not quite able to get that flip off, as, oh my goodness, the tornado almost takes out the Monu, but it's gonna be actually a kill for the boys in Rat. I was trying to say boys in red, boys in Rat. Didn't quite work on that one. Swing and a miss sometimes, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness, swing and a miss is not what you're doing. If you are named Chaotic, finds the death touch into the corner, flip into the strike. I mean, just beats 2. That's exactly what you want to see, especially when they were on the back of the power play.
Got a little shimmy there. Flipping to shimmy. Love to see that. Making a dragger smile. Named Chaotic, again, when they get the core in this Rasmus, it's dangerous, right? Rack Pack really have to lock in on these defensive sequences. So if POLR can just avoid these situations that they get trapped in the corner by Dubu, kind of play it a little bit more proactive, kind of clear it out, get it away, get all 3 members back, get some hit stun down, and try not to take too much damage in the process, as Named Chaotic is the one that finds the KO though. There you go. There's that downwards primary that I was talking about, and it does end up finding the KO, and it's the Fool with the speedy save back with that air secondary.
Yeah, really, really good save. Fresh almost had the Fool's number there with that ultimate, but well done. Good defense from this era. Fool's putting on pretty good showing so far in this series. We'll have to see if they can continue and get their team to lead. The Orb Dancer definitely helping out a little bit at keeping this pressure, keeping the Rat Pack back, as Fresh trying his best to just keep this core out from the defensive side. This Rasmus is definitely very, very scary. They're not really getting too much damage anymore. We want to see a bit more damage if they can onto that. I do not know how he cleared that. Well done once again from Fresh, doing so well. And Tempo Melon rewards his defense with a beautiful strike onto that barrier. As we're seeing Carmine now just trying to defend this from the corner, and Polar Cortex, they're throwing hard shots at him, but it's really, really difficult to get this barrier with the way that Rat Pack's playing right now. But as I say, that great outplay from Named Chaotic's gonna get the barrier, but not before. A bit of offense now from, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, Polar Cortex. The Fool tried to find the backwards clear, but he could not quite get back to the core in time, and a bit of a self goal there. Put on, to be fair, by the monumental pressure from the Dubu, so it's definitely not an easy one.
Yeah, that was tough. There was a barrage coming in there. Just trying to clear it away quickly, and it's easy for you to miss those. But it's Named Chaotic here, find the barrier, but it's Tempo Melon with the KO. That Dubu Fortress deployed there, and it is Carmine flipping for the last barrier. Rat Pack here with the power play, but plenty of space to work with for POLR.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Into the hot
wow.
dog. The doggy dog gets it right past the fool. The beautiful strike there. And then the hit stun from the log is more than enough to get it past the fool. And it's going to be 2-1 now. The Rat Pack trying to take advantage of this lead and really get this 2-0 in sets quick.
I don't exactly know how that happened. All I know is that Tempo Melon deployed the log and then flipped, and then the log struck toward the strike from the goalie. So that was like, yeah, I might need to VOD review that little technology there, because that was pretty clean from Tempo Melon on the debut.
Pretty clean indeed. Another clean barrier take once again from the Rat Pack, who seems to have found their stride rather on this offensive side. The Kai bringing the core up forward against this Dubu, and a great shrink from the Fool to just make sure that Dubu cannot finish that goal for now. But the Kai is just absolutely everywhere. No one can stop Carmine, and this Dubu just narrowly not quite able to get these goals. The Fool is just very, very carefully finding these saves, and the Dubu wall not quite working as intended there, but the save works out in the end for Polar Cortex, as they still have no barriers, but only one barrier left for the Rat Pack. Fresh tries to find that goal, but it's not going to be quite a good enough angle to find that wall there. And man,
nice
there you
blink.
go, the Amy Blink, beautiful prediction onto that core there in order to get that last barrier. And now can they find the goal? Oh my goodness, a little bit of a whiskey doodle dandy from Mr. Fresh there. Puts it right through him, and I think he's just shrugging it off there. Finds the okay. Made a little mistake. It happens to the best of us. 2-2. Still have one more point. Let's put it back in.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Honestly, I'm on Fresh's side there. That strike shot kind of went wide, but it looked like it went right through the core there. And here it is, Tempo Melon getting the Dubu wall down, getting both barriers again, and you see Polar time and again just put in this situation. And it's Tempo Melon doing it all here on the Dubu, getting that core in that corner and not letting it leave. My goodness, going to be MVP of that second set.
Yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes you just know when to lock in. And that's exactly what just happened. As the Dubu wall, plus the Fiddy Ultimate, plus the Kai Barrage and Giga. I mean, that's just a lot for an era to handle. That's definitely, that's a lot for basically any goalie to handle. So it's kind of a rough one there. As take a look at the draft. I mean, I'll let you take this one away. I'm not quite sure exactly what's this year.
Well, Dubu does have the bulk up, so they're going to pick up the peak performance speed, gliding that much harder with that speed. Getting, can I not see it? Okay, well, I can't see it.
Take a look at the stream.
Just like the percent, I was going to say the percent that the peak is giving. It also benefits from Dubu having one of the highest staggers in the game. If they can get these KOs, does have the 1-2 punch, so if they can land that ability combo, it did get stronger this patch. That Glitch Pop is doing a lot more knockback and damage. And then the Fool and Carmine just kind of trading Dash Awakenings. The Chrono denied away, but oh my god, it's Tempo Melon in the corner again. Just putting all of the aura on the line, and Polar are having a real hard time dealing with his Dubu.
Yeah, I mean, if the Dubu gets set up in the corner, it's kind of wraps for, Polar Cortex's comp to deal with, as the donuts are quite formidable, especially the strawberry glazed, as that's a bit rough one in order to get past here. But I mean, on the bright side, there is a good amount of energy on this Amy. They might be able to find some sort of playmaking with this flip. The barriers are down, and now Chaotic is starting to glide just a little bit, but sadly for them, the flips, not quite going to be able to get the kill. Almost found it onto Dubu, but not going to be getting it there. Kai ends up using the flip as well. Interesting strike there from Tempo Melon. Tries to control it on the top side, but just narrowly misses it on the barrier.
Sorry.
Oh my god, that went right through Name Chaotic. I'm very surprised that didn't kill, but Fresh is the one who somehow goes down. And now it's going to be forwards and net. Let me defend on the Dubu. That's the beauty of the Dubu forward, is that you can lock back in and play defense if needed. But no, they walk forward, and the Kai cannot quite find the save. It's 1-1. Polar Cortex, I mean, they're starting to find something. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it worked out.
I lost my mind watching that point. I don't know exactly what happened there, but there were some shenanigans from the side of Rat. Wow. Finny debuff onto the era. Onto the Amy, and then Dubu roll to finish it off. Yeah, no evade found there for Mr. A. Watch out. Might need one of those here. This Finny is doing so much damage. It's crazy.
Yeah, Finny starting to lay down the law for sure. The Among Titans as well as helping the Finny get where they want to be and helping the Dubu be where they want to be, but even more imposing with the size increase. Definitely helping out for now. The Rasmus starting to get something here. They get the first barrier for the flip, but not quite sure that's worth it as the second one is not quite there in time, but the Dubu finds the flip to clear it for now. The Kai almost has a flip, so some interesting potential here for a goal as we see the flip. And a beautiful death touch to stop it for now. The Donut's going to be stopping him as well as the Hot Dog smacks Era in the face, but it's not going to be nearly enough to get the goal. The Dubu on the goal line over and over again, but these beautiful saves from the Fool are just keeping the Rat Pack at bay for now. But it's always still going to be very, very difficult. No barriers up, which means that Dubu does not have a really good corner to play off of. So it's just going to rely on the roll, which stops the core and gets the shot onto the top side. The Fool can only be so many places at once, and the top side was not one of them, as it's 2-1 series, match, whatever you want to call it, point for the Rat Pack.
Yeah, that was a tough spot to be in for Polar. Just got the core up in that corner, and once Dubu has it like that, so close to the net, it's really hard to save it away. Nice slip, though, from A coming through the portal. Good usage there. I think if Polar can start to look to use these portals a little more, it's something that Rat Pack has done really well this game. But it is Temple Mountain finding the barrier. A and Namecatic looking to do the same as it's the Shrink coming down, but this could be it as Rat Pack are closing in. Just sawing it out here, looking to go through the portal, but it's A cuts the pass back to Namecatic through the other portal. Carmine takes the portal to defend. Oh my goodness, we're moving the core all over the map here, but it's A with the Amy turret down. Fresh with the ult to defend. Beautiful clear out by Fresh.
Beautiful clear, and like you said, this might be it, but they have a little bit of work to do. That is Rat Pack in order to get this goal, and that might just be enough, though, as the Donuts stop one side. They stop the bottom side, but the top side is completely clogged up as the Dubu is standing right on top of everybody and gets the strike war, puts it in the bottom side, excuse me, and the Rat Pack looked a little shaky at the beginning, but, I mean, they managed to claw their way back and show us why they're the top team in the league.
Yeah, Rat Pack can't win without a little whimsy, okay? Atlas, Octavia, Asher, negative whimsy, okay? Negative levels of whimsy, that comp, but they got their Luna, they got their Dubu, a little Finny action, game 3. As we look at the stats, 9 goals for Tempo Melon on the Dubu. Carmine running up those redirects, and, hey, well defended from the Fool and A, considering the resources that they had. But it's not going to be enough as Rat Pack sail on to 6-1. Well played by the Rats. And honestly, shout out to Polar. They put up a hell of a fight. This was a super fun match. Super entertaining. So hopefully next week they can bounce back. But really a good showing when you're taking a game off of the best team in the league.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I think Polar still have a way to win, even at 2-5. They have to win the next 2, I believe, and then win some tiebreakers. So, going to be a tough one for them, but, it's not quite over yet. It's not over until it's over, So, might as well give it all you can. But for the Rats, they've all but secured their playoff hopes, and now they're really just battling for better seeding and maybe to have a little bit of whimsy and a little bit of fun along the way as well, which we clearly just saw. So, well played to both teams. And yeah, I think that's about it. Anything else you want to add, Threezy, before you step on the pitch in a little bit?
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for casting with me, Borg. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the TOs, Best Team Slot, everybody. I'm so glad that NASL is back this week. And excited to finish up the season and get into playoffs. It's going to be a fun one. So stay tuned for this next match. And we'll see you guys there.
All right, see you guys soon. Going to a bit of a break.
しくないのかさびれてく舞台を前にうろたえるのかあらがって切り開いて見返す番だ目を離すな歴史を塗り替えてやるさダンダンダンダンダンだって完成は記憶していく時ダンダンダンダンダン待ってあと少しせめぎ合うしっぱし挑みたい掴みたい刻みたい大体革命の火ぶた切って伝説の旗掲げてゆこうさあレジェンジャージャーロックに飛び込んで熱狂を起こすと者になれレジェンジャージャー大胆に行こうぜ本能を覚ませ感動を起こせ伝説刻んで大地蹴って蹴って蹴ってブレイク
Match point of grand finals, a long journey, all comes down to this. Looking for a passing lane, there's the opening on the outside, the pass, it's wide open, a beautiful shot to the corner, they've reached the summit!
私の